They say electric vehicles are the future. They're the ones promising to propel us towards a greener, cleaner future, and playing its part in fulfilling that very promise is the Hyundai Kona Electric. The crossover sold in multiple markets across the globe, including India, and it has proved to be a very likable city runabout over the course of the last few months that we've spent living with it in India. We here at AutoToday, though, constantly strive to push the limits of these machines, so to that effect, we embarked upon a mammoth road trip across Europe, starting from the northernmost point in Nordkapp, Norway, all the way down to the southern tip in Tarifa, Spain. But that's not all. The challenge was to set a record for the shortest time taken to do so in an electric vehicle.
We're in Nordkapp County, the northernmost point in Europe, along the northernmost road in Europe. And just down the road is the Nordkapp Monument. The road right now is closed because of the weather condition. There's a really bad snowstorm coming, so we can't really go exactly to the monument, but we're just a few kilometers away from there. And we're starting our drive from here. It's 12:02 p.m. GMT. We're starting our drive right now with the Hyundai Kona Electric, and we'll be driving across Europe to the southernmost tip in Spain. So let's get inside, let's start the drive, let's get going.
The start of our journey was challenging to say the least, as we had to drive through the bone-chilling temperatures in Nordkapp, gingerly making our way through iced roads and heavy snowfall. The challenge was to stop only to charge the vehicle along the way. That would take us through 9 European nations, covering more than 5,500 kilometers in the process. While the sub-zero temperatures made it very tempting to put the Kona's heated seats and steering wheel to use, we restricted the use of heating functions to maximize range, especially considering the effect of cold climate on lithium-ion battery packs such as the one used in the Kona. Over the next day and night, we managed to cover Norway, Finland and most of Sweden, passing by Stockholm.
So life is charging station to charging station.
Yes, life is just charging station to charging station right now.
Day, night, morning, evening. We drive from one charging station to another.
But we can't drive fast, too fast.
Well, we have been sticking to speed limits in this part, and the speed limits aren't very high. Yeah, but when we get to Germany, that will be a big challenge because there are no speed limits. We can actually drive as fast as we want, but we won't be able to drive too far.
Yes.
If we drive as fast as we want. Yeah, that's the challenge with electric
vehicles.
The faster you drive, the range falls even faster.
Yeah. But the good thing is, at least here in Europe, the charging network is pretty decent so far.
Yeah, I think we've got 50 kilowatt fast chargers, DC fast chargers everywhere.
Yes.
And that's great because in 17 minutes now we'll be 80% charged and we'll go, because we never wait for charging the car to
100%.
100%. It just takes too much time. So even this fantastic app or website called
a better route planner.
Yeah, it tells you how much to charge at what places, so that you can be most efficient on your drive on a long distance drive. So that's really good. And the weather has been horrible. Horrible.
This is the best weather we've had in a long time.
It's slightly bright. We can look at each other and the surroundings. Otherwise, it's been pitch dark.
Snow, rain,
sleet,
slippery roads.
Yeah. But fantastic winter tires on the car.
On the car.
The amount of grip they afford driving in these conditions with the front wheel drive only setup, and really, really good.
From Sweden, we crossed over into Denmark before heading on to Germany, which posed another challenge. Despite no speed limit restrictions on the famous autobahns, we had to keep our speed in check to ensure we could maximize range but at the same time cover the distance at a pace that was enough to achieve the record we had set our sights on. Over the course of our drive, we also encountered certain issues with chargers and things that can potentially make the whole electric car experience better for users.
So we've been driving since continuously, obviously. Through the night we drove through Germany, stopping to charge at a few places. And then today we made it through some part of the Netherlands, and right now we're in Belgium, close to Liège, where we stopped to charge again. As you can see, it's about 40% right now, and it'll take another half an hour to get to 80%. We have fast chargers here. And the one thing which I've realized about these charging stations all throughout our trip is there is no cover, there's no shade. So like in case of this charging station, it's raining outside and you have to stand in the rain to at least start the charging process and pay. And speaking of payment, it's it's €8 flat for a charging session. You just plugged it in. So once we get 80% charge or more than that, we'll move on to the next one and then on to the next one.
Charging done, we got back on the road in France's direction, driving with the roads leading us through Paris past the glittering Eiffel Tower. Having covered 8 countries, standing in our way and the world record was just Spain. The charging infrastructure, though extensive, threw up a few more challenges. We encountered issues with chargers on more than one occasion and had to learn a bit of Spanish in the process, as the smartphone app to activate these chargers was only available in Spanish. At 3:05 p.m. GMT on the 10th of December, we found ourselves in Tarifa, the southernmost tip of Europe.
But charging station to charging station,
Yes,
driving non-stop. We haven't gone into a hotel room since we started. We haven't had a shower since we started. We haven't. Did we brush our teeth? Maybe.
One of the charging stations, yes.
Yeah. So it's
Not very regularly.
yeah. Unlike doing a world record with a normal car, where you need just 10 minutes to tank up. Yeah. Here we've had the luxury of having much more time tanking up, and also some heart-stopping moments where we've reached a parking point and found that it's not working, or at one of the places only the slow charger was working, and that too at a place where there's nothing else. So you just have to sit there and wait, and can't eat anything, can't do anything. Just wait for the car to get enough juice. Just wait for the car to get enough juice to get going again, right? So we started on the 5th of December and today is the 10th, and we are approaching Tarifa, the southernmost point in Europe. The sign is welcoming us. Our journey is done. An electric car over 5,500 kilometers from the northernmost point of Europe to the southernmost.
With a total driving and charging time of 93 hours and 54 minutes, Team AutoToday at the wheel of a Hyundai Kona Electric registered the world record for the shortest time taken to cross Europe in an electric vehicle, as certified by the Lithuanian Automobile Sports Federation. In the process, we covered 5,754 kilometers in all and spent a total of 23 hours and 34 minutes charging the car. We drove through temperatures ranging from minus 15 degrees Celsius in Norway, braving tough road conditions and snow, to a very pleasant 20 degrees Celsius in Tarifa. Despite all the challenges and the trying nature of the record run, the vehicle and team succeeded in registering the record they'd set out to achieve.